And happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Good to have you all with us on this rainy, soggy Wednesday here in Ohio. Make sure you smash that like button, as we used to say here on the show. And I got away from saying it the right way. Smash that like button, everybody. We appreciate all of you who do. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're watching this on playback, please leave us a comment down in the comment section below. Thank you to everybody who's joining us live in the comment section tonight. Glad to have each and every single one of you with us this evening. Shout out to our merchandise store, man. It's been a while since I've talked about it and pushed that and promoted that. The link is below in the descriptions. You can find the links to our Patreon, links to the other channels that are under the OHIO podcast umbrella, and to the store where you can buy merchandise and help each one of us out. If you buy merchandise from a particular show like the Illuminati, then those proceeds go to that host. So you know that you're getting money into the pocket of people like Mika, and who is joining me this evening. Hello, Mika.
Hello, Podfather. Hello, everybody.
It's good to have Mika with us this evening. Uh, Mika, you might have the most popular merchandise that we sell.
Oh, cool.
I mean, there's the Podfather does it's nice. It's nice, the Podfather merchandise, but Mika, you're the Illuminati stuff, man. It just goes right off the racks. They just can't keep it in stock.
Well, to be fair, my family contributed to probably a lot of that. I know my aunts and cousins probably bought a good bit of that. They were excited.
It's awesome, and we do want to shout out the Illuminati podcast again. Link is in the description below. The Spectrum podcast, TG's, the Buckeye Zone podcast, that's Sean and EJ and Nate's podcast, and of course, by all means, you're not going to want to miss tonight the after show over on Patreon. It's awesome. It's a great time. We really let our hair down over there, Mika.
Yes, we do. Those of us that have hair,
Oh,
shout out.
was that a slam on Bart? Come on
Yes,
now.
it was. But I love it.
You know they say if you whisper his name 3 times, he might show up.
Is he popping in tonight?
You never know. Might have heard that comment and just might pop in on us.
Come on, Boatman.
So we've got an interesting topic for all of you this evening, guys. We're going to play a little game tonight. That's right. The game we are going to play is worth it, not worth it. So I have for everybody all of Ohio State's assistant coaches' salaries. Boom, there it is. We're going to go down the list, and Mika and I are going to play worth it, not worth it. Now, keep a couple things in mind here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, this is the most expensive coaching staff in all of college football. It's not even close. Number two, with that kind of expense, one must ask the question, and we're going to ask the question tonight, Mika. Does that raise the bar on expectations? When you're spending that much money on your coaching staff, you better get some return on investment, meaning we
Yeah,
better see development take place.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that only goes without saying, right? You should see some extra development take place, especially with the guys who are making some of the money, the scratch that they're making. Now, we're going to dive into this. We're going to get into this. And then the second part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into the update of what's going on with President Ted Carter, former President Ted Carter. I do have an announcement for all of you. Apparently, the board will be announcing tomorrow who the new president will be. That was quick.
Yeah.
That was super quick. Um, Almost feels like they had this in waiting. Quick.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes me wonder how long that's been brewing.
yes, it does. You're exactly right. So we're gonna get into a little bit of that in the second part of the show, and of course, over on Patreon for the after show, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be diving into not only what we talked about here and just kind of letting like I said, letting our hair down a little bit, but we're also going to go into a little bit of update on Darren Lee and his trial as well. So some news dropped with that. So, Mika, did you happen to say anything about Bart?
Yes, I did. Hello,
What
Bart.
what did you say? What did you say about Bart again, Mika?
I said those of us that have hair.
Those of us who have hair. And you laughed, you giggled. Well, guess what?
I know. I see him.
He's
That
here.
that's bullcrap, Eric, right there. I'm not on the show, and
I love
Mika.
you, Bart.
Everybody says she is so sweet, but I think she could be mean if she wanted to be, and she's making fun of me, and that's unappropriate. So.
I love you.
It's not the first time I heard that joke, so it won't be the last.
Well, I could really say some things tonight, but I'm not going to because my receding hairline is starting to grow really really fast. But needless to say, I will not. Let's dive into this, guys. Bart, I didn't know if you heard or not. We're gonna play worth it,
Yep,
not worth it with these coaches.
I did.
Excellent. And then, of course, in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to participate as well. I want you guys to give us your opinion. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way to the top. Bobby Disher, the special teams coordinator, has been brought on as an assistant coach here at Ohio State. The in the categories you see there, you see the title, and then what his salary will be, what the salary was last year, and then if there's any change. Now, apparently Bobby made $400,000 last year at Illinois, and he's getting the same amount this year. Only difference is he's moving from Champaign, Illinois to Columbus, Ohio, and he's coaching on the Buckeyes and hopefully going to correct our special teams flaws in 2026. I'll start with you first, Mika, and we'll come back up to the top. Worth it? Not worth it?
I think I need to see what he does before I make an actual conclusion, but I'm leaning towards worth it he if he has the results he did at Illinois, because they went from I forget what they were ranked before, all the way up to eighth in the span of a season. And if he can do that with a school like Illinois, I'm confident that he can do it with the talent that Ohio State has.
Buck Vader says worth it. Ed Rogers says worth it. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
tend to agree.
What do you think, Bart?
1,000%. Guess what? Is he compared to last year's special teams coach? Because he's a heck of a lot better than last year's, because we didn't have one.
Who was it?
Exactly. So 1,000% worth it. Just knowing that we have somebody that's dedicated to the special teams is special. So, I think he saw the writing on the wall when his prized possession at Illinois left. It's like, you know what? If I have a chance to coach at Ohio State, and some of the people that they have there, I'm going to take the same amount of money. But if he does anything this year, he's going to be getting a raise.
Nate Ebner might have been working with special teams, but was he really in charge of it?
Well, when I say special teams, I mean punting and kicking. And Nate Ebner is more of the guys on the line, and I get that. But Nate Ebner cannot teach kicking or punting, and I think this guy will. I assume so.
Yeah, like I said, he took Illinois from I think it was 100 and something all the way up to eighth in the span of a season. So
that'll do you.
If he can do that for Illinois, I can only imagine what he can do for the talent-rich program like Ohio State.
Jennifer, our friend Jennifer, says it's to be determined. So she's leaning a little bit more towards what you said, Mika. We'll find out this season. I totally think it's worth it, guys. I'm all in on Connor Hawkins Give him walk up music as a kicker. We need sound effects. I want pyro when I want pyro going off through the field goals when the ball goes through. Could you imagine how freaking awesome that would be? Fireworks
That would be
going
awesome.
off through the uprights when he hits the field goal.
Come on. Make special teams cool again.
Yes.
What happens when he doesn't?
It actually goes out towards the field. You got the players gotta hit the deck. They gotta run. It's very interactive.
It is. Yes.
Buck Vader says Ebner was not in charge of the room, so our insider is dropping some knowledge. But when Tyler and Buck Vader is here, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we will be corrected because they are our well-known people who get us straightened out. Thank you, Sean. Everyone, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and subscribe to Patreon. It is so worth it. Yes, it is. I love it over there. And we continue to do a lot of hard work that we'll talk about here in a little bit. All right, moving on. Coach number deuce. Let's see. We've got Carlos Locklin, $700,000. He gets a $50,000 bump from what he made last year at $650,000. Mika, worth it?
Oh, he's worth it. He's worth every nickel.
Yeah, because they don't have pennies anymore. I learned that.
Yep, he's worth every nickel. Man, I love Coach Locke.
I also think that, we could probably do this game. It's like, are they over? The other thing is, are they overpaid or underpaid?
Well, that would be not worth it, right? If they were overpaid, right?
I think he's underpaid. I'm just saying he's worth it. That I think he's underpaid at only getting a $50,000 bump, and taking a freshman and making him what he is. But he did start out with James Peoples and Donaldson, and that was a huge miss to begin the season. So maybe that was the only reason for the little bump. But I think he screwed up a little bit there, but he gave them the benefit of the doubt, and he couldn't do it, so he had to go to Bo Jackson.
Coach Locke's one of my favorite coaches on this team, hands down. Chris and I, we got to watch him up close and personal last year coach. He rode the heck out of Turbo Rogers, and if Turbo Rogers bursts onto the scene this year, I think that a lot of that credit is going to be applied to Coach Locke and how hard he coached him for the past year. Totally worth it, in my opinion. Go for it, Mika.
And speaking of Turbo, how many other running back coaches do you know can bring in not one, not two, but three top-tier players at their position in the class?
And not only that, here's something you haven't heard. We need an insider button, when we're breaking news or something,
You need a bat signal for Vader.
Yeah, here you go. You want to know why Legend Bay is not in Knoxville, Tennessee, and he wanted to come to Columbus, Ohio so bad? And why he's starting in the running back room? Coach Locke.
Cool.
It was Coach Locke.
I thought we sold him on being the Tyreek Hill type role.
Yeah, who sold him on that?
Coach Locke and Ryan
There you
Day.
go. There you go. He loves Coach Locke. Coach Locke apparently loves him back. Ryan Day's championship beard, worth it. He's better than Tony Alford. Oh,
1,000%.
Yeah. J.K. Runner, good to see you with us tonight, my friend. I agree, Podfather, with the walk-up music. Yes, let's make it happen.
Well, yeah, but let's go back to Tony Alford. He that offense that we were using here at Ohio State, he's never seen that before, and it was just amazing, the offense and everything he has.
Oh, my goodness.
It's
nice.
so much better than the team up north because he's just never seen anything like this, Eric. So
nice. Yeah.
We've got to watch out what he does up there. So
I wish I had a nickel for every time he said something like that.
You'd be swimming in nickels tonight, Mika.
Yeah.
Tyler Kersley says worth it. Honestly, he should be getting more. Jennifer says worth it with a thumbs up. Buck Vader says worth it. Ed Rogers says don't know. Apparently he yells a lot.
The best coaches do.
Some of them. Tressel didn't.
No.
Vader says I love Locke. Yeah.
I heard LJ doesn't yell a lot, which I find surprising.
Larry Johnson? I don't think he would be a yeller either. He would just be like, "Hey, do what I tell you to do, and you get to play. If not, you're not going to."
I know he doesn't curse, so.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to him in a second. Number 3, Billy Fessler, passing game coordinator, quarterbacks coach. He made $475,000 last year. He gets a $275,000 pay raise. He's making $750,000. Billy Fessler, the quarterback coach / passing game coordinator. Worth it? Not worth it, Mika.
This one I'm kind of on the fence about because, yeah, Sane had a great year and everything, but that's an awful lot of money, and we still would have Ryan Day, and Ryan Day is known for being a quarterback guru as well. So I don't know on this one, honestly.
Come on, Mika. Just take one. Take a side. You could do it.
I'm gonna say not worth it.
Oh my gosh, Mika, you are completely wrong. Come on. He is so worth it. I think Ryan Day has a lot on his plate right now, and although I think he does work with the quarterbacks, you take a freshman and he sets the all-time record for completion percentage. He has a lot of room to grow. But I think Billy Fessler. I really think this bump was so that they didn't lose him. I think that is 100% why he got $275,000 because he might have been looking somewhere else, and I think they bumped him up so he didn't leave.
He was looking somewhere else, wasn't he?
I don't know. That pay and bump between Fessler and Lachlan does not make sense. It looks like he was looking somewhere else. So,
but I'm just saying, can we give all the credit for Saiyans development to Billy Fessler?
No, we can't. That's what I think he's worth it, but I it's confusing the Lachlan and Fessler raises. So
I'm with you, Mika. He ain't worth that.
Okay.
Nope. No, not that kind of raise.
That's an awful big raise.
Yeah. No, you're probably right, Bart. That bump in pays was probably a reaction because someone was after him to go be like an offensive coordinator at the MAC. He was an offensive coordinator in a MAC school already. I think Akron, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he was.
Do you think he might have been in the running with the Heartline? I mean, do you think that could have been the case? They seem like pretty good buddies, and he said, you could be the offensive coordinator, and the guy says, I'm going to stay here with this raise I'm getting.
I don't know. That's a good one. Vader, get on that.
Vader!
Or maybe Virginia Tech.
Why Virginia Tech? Because of James Franklin?
Because didn't he work with James Franklin?
Ooh, you're right. He did for like a year. Yes. Good call, Mika. Good call back.
Well, Ed says... I do study these things.
I guess you do. Ed Rogers says, worth it. Vader says, it's kind of a coin flip. Come on, Vader, take a side. This is worth it, not worth it. This is not worth it. This is not worth it, not worth it. Coin flip. Come on. Tyler says, worth it. Jennifer's with you guys. Toss up. Come on, guys. Pick a side here. Let's see. What else we got? Ryan Day's championship beard. He ain't taking a side either. He says, to be determined. Let's see if Julian levels up this year. JK Runners with Mika and I. Not worth it.
Do you think he had anything to do with when Troy says, do you think he had anything to do with Howard? Howard's improvement from Kansas State to that year?
Howard didn't praise Fessler. He praised someone else and Ryan Day when they talked about...
No, I thought it was Fessler.
No, I don't think it was Fessler. I thought he praised Ryan Day and someone else.
Oh, let's someone do a quick Google search for us and find out for us in the chat. Troy, I'd sure hate to lose him and find out he was worth it. That's a good point, Troy. That's a good point.
I'm just saying that's one heck of a raise for you.
It's a huge bump in pay when you compare it to Locke. I definitely agree with that. Troy's saying Howard improved leaps and bounds when he got here. Fessler definitely had something to do with that. So we'll see. We'll see what. And Sean's all about it. He says he's definitely worth it.
You
All right.
mean you mean Fessler, Sean, not Cody Kessler.
Hey, Fessler, Kessler, whatever you want to call him, as long as he continues to help the quarterbacks, right? And Sean says no. Will Howard praised Fessler, so he thinks it was him. All right, moving on. Let's go to number 4 here. James Laurinaitis, linebacker coach, made $500,000 last year. He gets a bump in pay of $400,000. That graphic needs to be a plus, not a minus. Jeez. And then he goes up to $900,000. He's just he's $100,000 away from a cool mill. James Laurinaitis, linebackers coach. Now, listen, there was massive rumors when Brian Hartline left that he was going to take James with him. This might be one of those bump and pays because I can't afford to lose you. And let's be honest, he is the next Brian Hartline when it comes to recruiting at Ohio State. He's killing it on the recruiting trail.
Oh,
Mika,
absolutely.
I know what you're going to say here.
Yeah, you already know. I love me some Little Animal. He's awesome. He's worth every nickel, and I'm honestly surprised they didn't give him more.
He got the biggest raise other than Matt Patricia, which was well deserving. And I heard something, and I don't know if we talked about it on here, Eric, but Laurinaitis could be in line for the next coach if Ryan Day ever wants to hang him up.
I mean,
Um,
we've hinted at it possibly.
and he could, if Matt wants to move on, which he eventually will, I think. We have somebody perfect to go right into that defensive coordinator position. I
Yeah,
love.
but well, he wasn't a head coach in the NFL though.
That's true. That is true. But neither was Ryan Day. So
Well, that's that. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. We've got a Buck Vader worth it, and there it is. Future head coach at Ohio State. Oh, by the way, it's worth it for me in my opinion. Jennifer says worth it. RDCB worth it and deserves a raise. T says this one's easy, worth it. Ed Rogers says worth it. Worth. Yeah, this one was simple. All right. New wide receiver coach, Cortez Hankton. Last year, Cortez Hankton at LSU, ladies and gentlemen, made $1 million. New head coach. The coaching staff was turned over down there in Baton Rouge. He didn't have a spot. He went on the market. He's coming up to Columbus, Ohio, and taking a $100,000 pay cut to do it. Cortez Hankton, worth it, Mika?
I'm leaning towards worth it just because I like what I'm hearing and I like what I'm seeing on the recruiting trail. He's getting in on guys early, and recruits are praising him. And from everything I'm hearing, rotation is an emphasis for him, and I love hearing that because I think that's going to be key this year.
I'm gonna have to take the opposite. I'm saying not worth it. And the reason I say that is he had $1 million job at one of the top colleges in the country, and they didn't want him. Um, so that tells you something. If he was that great, he wouldn't be leaving and taking a pay cut to become to the Buckeyes.
Well, but to be fair, uh,
They had
you,
issues.
well, to be fair, when a new coaching staff comes in, usually they're going to want to bring in their own guys, and especially at LSU when Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, he brings over most of his offensive staff, so there wasn't a spot for him to
Yeah.
even stay. And I'll be honest, there's a little bit of stink on him because he coached with, in my opinion, the most overrated coach in college football history, and Brian Kelly.
So,
So
put him making the same as James Laurinaitis. I don't think I could do that just because I know how good James Laurinaitis is. Um, if he was making less, I would say definitely worth it. I don't know about at this pay structure. I don't. I hope he proves me wrong, and I really do, but I just don't think he's worth almost $1 million.
if I had the category to be determined, that's what I would choose.
Yeah, but
But I don't because
yes,
I made the game.
you did.
So guess what? I have to say, worth it.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why I said that. Um, go look at what he's doing in recruiting right now.
Exactly.
There has been no misstep since Brian Hartline left and he's walked into that room, into that position. It's been business as usual when it comes to wide receiver recruiting. And we are in on literally every top wide receiver in the country, and the number one wide receiver in the country happens to be right in our backyard, and he's already committed. So, and Jameer Brown. So, he's going to put together a class comparable to what Brian Hartline did. So, I'm going to say
Yep.
worth it right now. Um, but if there was a to be determined category, that's what I would choose. I believe these are from our last coach in Laurinaitis. Troy said worth it. And J.K. Runner says underpaid, worth it. And Sean also says worth it. James helped Cody Simon become a starter. Look how much Arvell and Sonny improved. That's a great point. RDCB, how can we say he's worth it or not worth it? We don't know what he's going to do here yet. That's part of the game, right? Troy, too soon to tell. Jennifer agrees with Troy. Ed says worth. I like the one word answer. Worth. T says he thinks he's worth it. Vader puts the word probably in front of worth it.
Thank you, Jedi Master.
Sean Schrock says worth it. LSU is the second best at developing wide receivers in the country. So Troy says we needed a big name guy to replace Hartline to continue our greatness at wide receiver. In that sense, worth it. Tyler says when I think of wide receiver recruiting and development, the second best team was LSU. J.K. Runner gives you some credit. Bart makes good point. Not worth it. You convinced J.K.
Well, and let's just say that once Hartline left, we did have to replace him with somebody a big name. And this is a guy I've never really heard of. Obviously, I mean, I'm not going to know the wide receivers coach at LSU. Maybe you guys, some of you did, but he seems like one of the best people we could have got to replace Hartline. So, like I said, I don't think he's worth that money, but I will be very happy if I've been proven wrong. So.
All right, these next couple ones are going to be really interesting. These next three are really interesting. All right, Matt Guerreri, passing game coordinator and safeties coach. I'm guessing defensive passing game coordinator, safeties coach. He made $900,000 last year. He's going to get a $100,000 bump up to $1 million for 2026. It's not too hard to be the safeties coach when Caleb Downs is in your backfield. But what do you think, Mika? Guerreri, $1 million man. Is he worth it?
I'm gonna go worth it.
Boy, you hesitated there.
I did. I'm honestly not sure on this one. I like Matt Guerreri. I like what he did. I think it was a key factor in bringing in Terry Moore from Duke, and I'm very high on Terry, and I like Bradford and a lot of the younger guys we got in that room. I do think this year is gonna show us a lot because obviously Caleb Downs isn't gonna be there anymore, so we're gonna see. This is his chance to really step in and prove it. He doesn't have a generational guy in that room anymore. Not that any of these young guys couldn't develop into that. I think there's some that have the potential to be that eventually, but it'll be this is his year. He's got to show me, but I'm leaning towards worth it right now.
I think he's 100% worth it. I think our safeties room is in a really good place right now. Obviously, with Downs in there, he's going to make himself look good. But getting Earl Little Jr. in there too is going to help. McLean did a heck of a job. I think our safety room is good. I think he's the reason for it. I had to look. I wanted to make sure he wasn't the cornerback coach, and he's not. So yes, and just be our passing defense has been really good. So to me, it's 100% worth it.
If you guys remember, he was brought in under Jim Knowles. He's a Jim Knowles guy. He's coached with Jim Knowles at multiple places, including Duke. He was over, I believe, at Indiana before we gobbled him back up and brought him in. I'm going to say not worth it. I don't know that the success that we've seen in our defensive backfield is necessarily from him coaching it up. I think Jim Knowles, his style of defense with the safety-driven defense, was what I think led to some of that success, and then just Caleb Downs being here. Now, if we look just as good in the secondary this year as we did last year, I will gladly eat crow on this one, but I am going to say not worth $1 million. $1 million to me means you're elite. You are an absolute elite at recruiting, developing. You're a future defensive coordinator. You are elite at what you do. If you make $1 million, you better be worth it. And I've got hesitation there.
Nice pun, Ed. That was funny.
Nice what?
You put a pun, I want a little more, and he spelled it MOORE.
Oh, I haven't got to that yet. Nice. All right, here we go. Vader says worth it. Tyler Kersley says worth it. Rogers, worth. Troy, worth it. Let's see here. Sean Schrock, worth it. Look at last 3 years when they charged the defense and played 3 safeties. It helped with the helped win the national championship. Jennifer Lopez says worth it.
And I'm hearing really good things about Leroy Roker too.
I want a little more. I see it now. Good one. Let's see. Sean says Jalen McLean has developed into a future All-American. Yeah. Dude, you're wait a minute. Torn because heard he was high IQ. Not worth it if safeties perform well, worth it. So okay. So it's wait and see type of thing. Anyways. But yes, Leroy Roker. Leroy Roker is apparently running as the nickel with the ones.
Yep.
Which speaks to development.
Yep.
You talk about $1 million be future head coach or whatever. I mean, that you're talking about 65% of the coaches right now making over $1 million, and if you add in Laurinaitis and Hankins, you're talking almost 75%, 80%. Is making almost $1 million. So I don't know if that logic holds true. If you make $1 million, you should be a head coach because that's just.
I said you need to be elite. You need to be elite.
I don't think so because.
What do you mean?
Most of the coaches now make $1 million when almost 70%. You can't have 70% of your things being elite. That's it's just the price of the salaries.
No, most coaches do not make $1 million. I disagree with that. Maybe at the top tier programs, you have several people making $1 million or more but we're talking position coach. We're not talking coordinators.
No,
we're not talking coordinators here. We're talking position coaches.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yes, Lisa, I did hear former LSU wide receivers praising Hankton. All right, let's keep her moving. We're at 8:36 already. We're only halfway done. Ooh, offensive line coach, run game coordinator Tyler Bowen made $900,000. He gets that $100,000 bump to $1 million. Year number 2, Bowen. Worth it? Not worth it?
I like what he's doing on the recruiting trail, but the development just hasn't been there. I'm gonna go not worth it.
How much is this on him? You got Chip Kelly with a different running scheme, and then you changed the running scheme. In year 2, he's not really working with his guys. To me, it's a to be determined. Um, I think at $1 million being an offensive line coach, I think he probably is worth it. But give him a couple more years, I think we'll actually know. But changing the running style and not working with his players, I think has a lot to do with it too.
Not worth it. Again, he's not elite. Not saying he's not a good offensive line coach. That's to be determined, like you said, Bart. I saw him coach last year. He was doing some unique, different things. I thought the offensive line played good during the year. Not great, but good. And then in those last two games, it was rough. Tyler, this is where I have a question currently to be determined. I'm with Bart. Raj, I think he gets canned in a few years. Whoa. Okay. It's a possibility. Possibility. All right, moving on. Keenan Bailey, co-offensive coordinator and tight ends coach. Last year he made $650,000. He gets a $350,000 raise. $1 million for Keenan Bailey. Worth it? Not worth it.
I like Keenan. I really, really do. But this one's hard for me. Worth it.
Whoa. Okay. Bart? I have to say not worth it, although everybody there gives him high praise within the conversation. Whether I don't know if they were true or not to become the offensive coordinator. We just don't use those tight ends as much. Now, they're great at blocking. We just don't utilize that much for him to make $1 million. So I don't think it's worth it.
Not even close. This one I disagree with. There's no way Keenan Bailey should be making $1 million. There's no way. And apparently we're not the only ones. Ed says nope, not. Vader, absolutely not worth it.
Players seem to love him though.
Yeah, that's true. Troy says worth it. TG, I don't see video, girl. Do you not have video? Got you. Okay. Not a problem. I'll get with you. We'll rain check with you. Okay. We're almost done already. No problem. They can't hear you, TG. Only I can hear you. Okay. No problem. Gotcha. Okay. No problem, TG. Have a good night. Tyler says not worth it. Jennifer says thumbs down. Sean, not worth it. Good recruiter, but Max Clare took a big step back. All right. Here we go. On to the next. So I think that one's we all kind of agreement on. Arthur Smith, the new offensive coordinator. We don't know what he made for Pittsburgh last year, but he's going to make $1.5 million as the play caller at Ohio State. Mika?
If he can help that offensive line, he's worth it. But
are you done, Mika?
Yeah, I'm gonna go worth it.
1,000% worth it. I really have high expectations for Arthur. Just be able to coach an NFL team, plus being a coordinator at the highest level. I'm going to hope that he's the same as Matt Patricia and loves it here, and he's going to bring some different dynamic. But we don't have a not proven offensive coordinator now for the first time in a while, other than Chip Kelly. But 1,000% worth it compared to the alternatives we have with Keenan Bailey. So
I'm going to say worth it, and I'm going to give you two reasons why. Number one, if the alternative was Keenan Bailey, I probably would have dove off the deep end. And then Matt Patricia, how well he did last year, gives me hope that this is a good thing.
Yep.
So I'm going to say worth it. Tyler says absolutely worth it. Jennifer says to be determined, but hopeful. Ed Rogers is worth. Troy says worth it. Sean Schrock says worth it. Vader says worth it.
I hope.
I help me, Arthur Smith. You're my only hope. Star Wars reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we give Arthur Smith Obi, like an Obi-Wan Kenobi nickname of some kind?
I'll workshop it.
All
I'll
right.
come up with something.
Raj says, I don't think Art will put up with a subpar performance. TG says, worth it. Sean, it'll be great having an OC who can scheme people open and he can set plays up. All right, we're going to move a little bit quicker here. We got three more names. Larry Johnson, associate head coach, defensive line coach. He made $1.4 million last year. He gets a $200,000 raise. He's making $1.6 million. He's making $100,000 more than the offensive coordinator. $1.6 million for our defensive line coach and associate head coach, Mika. Living legend Larry Johnson.
I love Larry. He is a legend, and he's worth every nickel. Absolutely worth it.
100% worth it, but severely underpaid.
Yep.
I think he's severely underpaid. He's only got we thought last year, a couple years ago, he was done, but he's still going, and I think he deserves at least $2 million at least for what he's done just for the program itself. So
worth it, absolutely worth it. And this is I've made all these comments about is he elite? If you're a million plus position coach, you need to be elite. This is what I'm talking about. This man is elite at his position. He is worth more than $1 million. 1.6, sure, why not? Bank it for the great grandkids, Larry. You're worth it, man.
In my opinion, he deserves a statue.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
I would.
I mean, if you're not going to put a statue up yet of there's only one statue of a player in Ohio State history, Archie Griffin. Like, come on.
I know there should be more.
Mika, you're too kind. You'd have statues all over campus of like everybody.
No, I wouldn't. But Larry deserves a statue. He's brought in a ton of great recruits, and he develops them and makes them better. And even the low-ranked guys he brought in for Penn State still praise him decades later for turning them into top-level guys. So, yeah, he's a great teacher at his position, and that's what is important.
He says 100 million% worth it. Jennifer says worth it. Troy says worth it all day, every day. Ken Taco Hut says Arthur Smith made about the same money as Pittsburgh's OC. Okay, so he made about the same amount as what he did last year. Thank you. Sean says LJ's worth it. Doug says Larry deserves to be the highest paid defensive line coach in the nation. Guess what? He is. Yep. He is. Buck Vader, worth it. Let's see. Anybody else? Lisa says, yes, for sure worth it after all he has done. I think that might be it. All right. Oh, TG, 100,000% worth it. Where's Ryan Day's statue? He ain't got one yet.
Nope.
Tressel
deserves a statue before LJ. I agree. However,
I agree.
I will say this. Tressel deserves to dot the I. Let's make that happen.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't had him do that yet. It needs to be done.
Tressel deserves to be president. Let's just go that far first.
Yes. Here we go. Make that announcement tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Tim Walton. Tim Walton is the assistant head coach, co-defensive coordinator, and the secondary coach, a.k.a. the cornerbacks coach. He made $1.8 million last year. He did not get a raise. He makes $1.8 million still this year.
He
Mika.
did. He did not get a raise.
Nope.
Huh. I'm gonna go with.
But he's
Worth.
also the one of the highest paid coaches. He's the highest paid position coach on the team, and he's the only person making more than him, other than Ryan Day, is Matt Patricia. So,
Not worth it then.
Uh,
And that kills me to say, because I love OG. Well, but you gotta have guys get their head around. You can't teach that. That's simple.
I'm going to say not worth it here. I have not been very impressed with our corners. The development of Sanchez is not the greatest, and two cornerbacks leaving. I think if you have a great coach, they find a way to get the best players on the field. And I think if we heard what was right, I don't think he was doing what he's supposed to be doing and keep getting the best players on the field. So I don't think he's worth $1.8 million.
make it a three-peat. I don't think he's worth it either. Not at 1.8 million.
No, not 1.8.
Nope. Vader says worth it barely. Troy says worth it. Ed Rogers, not worth it. TG, right on the line, worth it. Man, 1.8 million. Gee, Christmas. That's 300,000 more than your offensive coordinator who's going to be calling the plays.
You can't convince me there wasn't a way for him to work around so we could keep those guys.
OG Walt says overrated. Or I'm sorry, Sean says OG Walt is overrated. Wow. Troy says it ain't my money.
Good point, Troy.
You need to JG Wentworth. It's my money and I need it now.
I wish it was my money. I could use that kind of money.
You know what? I think we should get a hold of Tim Walton and he should fund the OHIO podcast and pay all of our salaries for this year.
Yes.
And we would change our opinion. He would definitely be worth it.
He wouldn't be doing that. He wouldn't be giving us money if he listened to this podcast.
Listen, guys, I will give you guys $100,000 of my $1.8 million salary. And guess what? You are so worth it at that point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We will build a statue for that money.
Yes.
I'll build one in my front yard. Do you think he'd take that?
Yeah, we would all have Walt statues at that point. Yeah. All right, last one. Matt Patricia, defensive coordinator. He made $2.5 million last year. He gets a $1.25 million bump. This year, Matt Patricia will be making $3,750,000 to be the defensive coordinator at Ohio State, making him the highest paid assistant coach in football. Mika, is he worth it? That was quick. She said worth it.
Well, I think he's a great defensive coordinator. But I think he's worth it. But let's see
1 year.
Let's see without Caleb Downs and Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. How much did he use from Knowles? I don't know how good he is yet, and I'm not saying he's critical, and I don't think he's bad. I don't know how good of a coordinator he is without those guys on the field that Knowles set up. I don't know if he's worth being the highest paid because he hasn't proved himself, but I still think he's really good. So don't construe that as I don't think he's good, but
that's a lot of money.
It is.
That is a whole heck of a lot of money.
A lot of people agree with me, Eric.
Are they? I haven't. I'm struggling with this one, Bart, because that's a lot of money. What if he doesn't have a top 10 defense this year?
was
If
going
he
to be
doesn't
hard.
have a top, if he doesn't have a top 10 defense this year, we just paid $3.7.5 million to a man for what? And you're stuck with it then. That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lot of money. I tend to lean towards worth it. I know in the comments a lot of you are. Vader says worth it, should have gotten more. Jennifer says worth it. TG 1,000,000% worth it. Tyler, easy, worth it. The guy that was scrutinized all last year in the offseason, he was 100%. Kentaco Hut, to be determined. Doug, Ohio State ranked first in pass defense nationally with 129.7 yards per game. Explain to me why OG Walt is overrated. It was that's a good question.
And you got a couple people saying that Buck Vader's one, and Tyler's saying, yeah, he's 3 Super Bowls good. But let's be honest. It wasn't like they had a crap offense and their defense was just so freaking elite. I mean, they gave up, 28 to 35 points to Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. So he had the greatest quarterback of all time on the other side of the field. So let's just not say that, it was his defense that won him champion. He did win a Super Bowl. But what I'm saying is he worth it out of Ohio State? I think he's a great coach. I just don't know. It's to be determined for me, because if he has a top 10 defense this year, 1,000% he's worth it, because I obviously they're going to take a step back this year than they were last year.
And Troy's hitting the nail on the head here, and that's what I really wanted to get to next is why so expensive? Why is this coaching staff so expensive? Ryan Day told you why. He looked at Indiana's success last year, and I think Ryan Day believes the reason why Indiana was able to win a national championship after what they accomplished in year number 1 under Curt Cignetti going into year number 2 was because they had the same coaching, same assistant coaches, same coordinators, stayed, developed, stayed true to the plan, the path. I think Ryan Day looks at this and says, we need that. And if that means we have to pay more, then it's a price worth paying. You look at that amount of money. Do you all remember what we paid for the roster to win the national championship in 2024?
20
million. This coaching staff is 3/4 that. And
I'll tell you this, Eric, your hypothesis there. If Chip Kelly stays for year number 2, we have 2 championships.
Maybe.
There's no doubt in my mind we have to. Have another coordinator for 2 years in a row. I think that killed us.
Who do I think will have the best defense this year? I don't know. I haven't begun diving into other teams yet, Lisa, to be honest with you. I have just a little bit, but Ohio State should be up there, yes. But and given this pricing, they better be up there.
Well,
they better.
Let's just say that we might not have a top 10 defense because our schedule's a heck of a lot harder than it was last year. So we're going to face some great offenses that might not put us in the top 10. That doesn't mean we're not going to be elite, but we have a different schedule than we did last year.
Yeah. All right, we're about out of time. I teased this at the beginning. This is I don't want to say young lady because she's not a young lady. This is the picture of the woman who former President Ted Carter had an inappropriate relationship with. She had an office at Ohio State. She was connected to Ted through a podcast that he was a guest on that she hosted. Them doggone podcast hosts, you got to watch out for them. I did not know that being a podcast host got you an office at Ohio State. I mean, hello.
It doesn't.
You gotta step your game up, Podfather.
It doesn't. That's why
I'm not as attractive, Mika, obviously.
It's the eyes of the beholder, Eric.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Podmother might disagree.
Thank you, Mika. The pod mother does think I'm quite the catch. You're right. Um,
But she's blind and deaf too, so.
as Bart puts his glasses on and then goes, "Oh, she's blind." Good timing.
Yeah.
And our DCV. Oh, good one, Sage. So this is who the investigation is about, guys. Ohio State is investigating how she got that office and what information she was using the president's office for when it comes to Ohio State. Now, from what I've been able to gather, Ted was a part of a company who this podcast is associated with that puts veterans, so people who were in the armed forces, and connects them to individuals who are a part of power companies or the grid, right? You always hear about the power grid. And I am putting two and two together here, and I think that this company puts those vets with these power company power brokers, if you will, to try and establish defenses for our power grid when it comes to internet warfare. Okay, so obviously I think it has more of a military side of it, but at the same time, boy, the question marks around this story are very, very interesting. The New York Post is doing a lot of digging on this story. You can go find more. You can find more on the New York Post. They seem to be posting more information about every 2 to 4 hours on this story. Like I said, we'll know tomorrow who the new president's going to be. I am under the assumption they're going to take the vice president and just bump him up.
And you think it'd be an interim until they do
It didn't sound like it.
Okay. Usually you put an interim in and then you have to be able to get candidates and interview them. I don't think they've had enough time unless they knew this was coming.
Tyler, you son of a gun. I see what you did there. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, long story short, that's your update for this. Ted Carter done screwed up, and it was the tan pretty white smiled lady there that got an office there. You can go and read it and read some of the things. You can go, actually, I don't know, you can go now. I think they've started to scrub a lot of stuff from the internet that they were a part of, the different podcasts and things. I once I found this story, I started diving around the internet trying to find as much as I could, and like their podcast was pulled down from Spotify. Their YouTube channel's basically nothing other than just a bunch of little shorts now. You can't watch any of the videos. Like they've started to pull a lot of stuff off the internet that apparently they were a part of. But you can read a quote where she, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name. It's like, I want to say Kathleen, but it's not. It's got a foreign pronunciation. But anyways, long story short, she is quoted as saying that she looks at Ted Carter as her greatest mentor.
Okay.
If I read
kind
it
of creepy.
If you read it right, Sage was asking if was it just money insider dealings. I don't think it was any of that. I think if I read, and when I talked to you, Eric, today, was she had an office at the Ohio State and had no business having an office at Ohio State.
Correct.
So I don't think it was like anything like he's going to prison for the rest of his life, insider trading. It was illegal money. I think it was just like, what are you doing here and why do you have a place here? And he was letting it happen. Is that kind of what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. It's fishy. It's fishy because if it's just an office, oh, why'd you give this girl an office? Why does this lady have an office at Ohio State? Oh, she's my, I'm her sugar daddy. You're fired. Get out of here. There's some fishiness going on here. And I don't want to ignore it. I don't want to be the kind of podcast that calls out everything that happens in Ann Arbor and ignores what's happening right here in our front yard. right?
Well, the difference between that is we actually get rid of people. We don't.
Correct.
Yeah,
But
we-
apparently this has been going on for a while, and we
Yeah.
just now caught on to it.
I have my own podcast,
What's it called, Mika?
Illuminati
And what do we wear on the Illuminati?
tinfoil hats.
This story's made for you, girl. Maybe we should. There's another picture of her floating around with Ted Carter where she's wearing nothing but black leather.
Oh God!
Go look that one up.
I've got the same picture of myself if you would like to have it too, Eric.
Oh, and black leather?
Black leather.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I think.
Are you kidding me? Now I'm bald. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm ugly and bald for Mika.
If
so.
she's wearing black leather and looks like Catwoman, Bart, you and I look like the Penguin, brother.
I know. Yes. The penguin.
Quack, 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 quack.
I could make a good penguin. So.
Oh, Sean, I can't post that.
No, Sean. Jeez. Dude.
Oh, shoot. Anyways, guys, that's our show for tonight. Make sure you head on over to Patreon. We're going to have another hour of these shenanigans with all of you guys. We might open up the call lines tonight, let you guys give your opinions on everything we spoke about tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, more live right here on the OHO podcast. I believe we'll have a video for you as well. And if the weather holds up, I believe, Mika, the next edition of the Illuminati will appear tomorrow as well.
Yes, it will. Hopefully, if weather permitting. My
All right,
internet's
guys.
been iffy all day.
All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for showing up. We'll see you over on Patreon. OH,
I am.
Oh.
go Bucks, and don't give away free offices to podcast hosts.
Unless it's me.